Hey guys, Zando here with another Boomkin Arena gameplay, number 6. So we're going to start out here in the Grand against a Demonologist, Warlock, and a Resto Shaman. Not a bad comp. Demo has a lot of sustainable damage, and their dumbass imps shoot through walls, which is great, I'm sure. Anyhow, we're going to try to kill the, I believe, Shaman this time around because he had less health, and the Demo Lock really depends on a lot of his cooldowns and Demo Fury, so we'll see how it shakes out. So, anyhow, Valfor got his gate off, so we got all that goody stuff up, and I just dot up this this Warlock really quick. And then he sends his pet in to start whirlwinding me, which Valfor then just banishes, and he just banishes the pet over and over again. Which really fucks over the Demo Lock because that is probably one of his main sources of damage. Anyhow, as you already saw, the Resto Shaman is immediately removing my dots, but I am going to keep putting them on him, so he has to choose whether he's going to have his dots removed or whether his buddy's going to have his dots removed. So, we are beating the shit out of this Shaman. Shoot. He gets all his health back. Using Healing Tide real quick. I'm trying to just keep all my hots up. And now I'm like, I gotta get the hell out of there. I pop Ursul's Vortex, pop a good old Hellstone, and get my health back up really quick before the Demo Lock can get back to me. I am trying to LOS his imps as much as possible, just because it gives him Demo Fury, which lets him stay in Demo form for a while. After his Demo form drops, I'm not really worried about him so much. They still do quite a bit of damage, so I try to avoid them as much as possible. At this point, I'm just trying to keep my hots up so they can tick and do their damage, and then I'm going to just keep kiting across here. Anyhow, they're chasing us now, which is the way we really like it. We like it so that they have to move around quite a bit in order to get to us. And that way, we're just keeping them on their toes. Most healers nowadays are playing really offensively. In twos, you'll see them, like, some of them will just straight out attack. Some of them are just going to sit there and cast hacks, or not hacks obviously, but like Cyclone, Fear, and they're just going to be on top of you the whole game, and then you have to worry about them more than you have to worry about the DPS 90% of the time. So it's become a really different game for healers for arenas. They really had to learn how to actually play their class and all its specs and all its aspects, basically, which really is a game changer. Anyhow, we get the kill right here on the Shaman. And there is, where's that Shadow Burn? Where is it? There it is. There's the Shadow Burn. That kills the Shaman. Shaman didn't know what to do after all his cooldowns were popped. That and the silence kind of screwed him over. So we now can get on the Demo Lock. He did think he could take us on for like half a second until Valfor just starts throwing out Chaos Bolts like they're candy. And then we just start shooting him down, and he goes down pretty quick. So there's the game right there. I do 1.6, he does 1.7, and now to the next arena. Alright, now we're into Tol'Vir. Tol'Vir, this is going to be a quick one. It's a Shadow Priest and a DK. Not a bad combo. A lot of DPS from them, a shit ton of burst, and a lot of slows. Along with the Fear, will really help. The only downside to this comp, obviously, is the DK. He doesn't have a ton of survivability. He does have a lot more than he did last season, but he's definitely not as much as a threat as he would be if he went unholy. So we immediately start opening up on this DK. As you can see, I'm just trying to get the Shadow Priest off of Valfor, because I know, like, if we let him free cast, he'll go all willy-nilly on him. And I kind of separate the two. I popped all my cooldowns, and I'm like, okay, I'll just focus on this Priest and try to get him off of Val as much as possible. And then he actually health swaps and gives the DK the least amount of health, and then I believe Valfor takes the kill right here. Yep, and then, nope, there it is. Okay, so Valfor took the kill, and then the Priest went down right after that, so that was a good game. Alright, this last one's pretty long. It's a Beastmaster Hunter versus a Disciplined Priest in Blade Fist Arena. I believe that's Blade Fist. We like to fight up on the bridge, obviously, because we're casters, and locking them up in a solar beam up top is actually really beneficial to us. Only downside is, if the hunter knows how to play, he is using a monkey pet. He's not a Beastmaster Hunter, I'm sorry. He's a Marksmanship Hunter. Which, by the way, I realize it doesn't say Beastmaster, but it doesn't mean he doesn't do damage. And Marksman, it actually performs really, really well in Arena if they know how to play it. Not as good as a Beastmaster would play, comparatively speaking, but it really depends on the player at this point in Arena. Marksman still does a crap ton of damage, but it's just him that does the damage instead of his pet. So he's more able to sacrifice the pet damage and use like the monkey pet with its CC over using, like some badass spirit beast or whatever the fuck hunters use. I don't know. I don't play hunter. Sorry, guys. Anyhow, this priest, we're trying to keep off the top here because if we're all in a clusterfuck like that, this priest will just have a heyday. And at this point, we're actually getting pretty frustrated because the Disco Priest is playing way more offensively than we think he should be playing, especially because we're trying to deal as much damage as we can to this Hunter, but with the Disco Priest bubbles the way they are, we just cannot burn through it. So, I've already popped all my cooldowns. However, I did just switch to Engineering, and it kind of throws off the GCD for the Synapse Gloves, and the Trinket throws off my cooldown popping, so sometimes my Incarnation wasn't going off this night. In this case, it happened to be one of those. So Incarnation didn't go off. I do kind of get a reset on my own health, and Valfor is scared shitless that he's going to die, so I start jumping down so I can try to heal him up as much as possible. The Hunter immediately starts CCing me with his Disco Priest buddy. Valfor actually uses Portal. He runs across the middle there. And he is popping everything he's got so he doesn't take a shit ton of damage. And he's using my Symbiosis Rejuvenation on top of my own Symbiosis, or my own Rejuvenation that I'm giving him to try to heal himself up to as close to full as he can. And then I'm trying to remove Serpent Sting from him as much as possible so the Hunter has to waste focus just to put on Serpent Sting, which is more beneficial to me than obviously it is to him. We did decide that we're going to try to kill the Priest first, just because the Hunter has deterrence. I know that's not a really good excuse not to focus on the Hunter, but we need to put pressure on the Priest so he would back the fuck off, because we were tired of him playing so offensively. Right here, I was actually cycloning the Hunter, and this Hunter was really, really good at CC, and he saw the cast bar and popped his deterrence, and he had the reflection on his deterrence, so I cycloned myself like a dumbass. So you guys just watch for that. Good hunters will know what the fuck they're doing. So you want to make sure if you see deterrence go off that you stop that cast immediately. If you guys notice, I'm not using mushrooms. I don't like using mushroom because it uses up a GCD. I'm not saying that it wouldn't be worth it to use the GCD, but I know Valfor can handle it just fine, and I'd rather use that GCD to do something like Roots or Cyclone, which would be twice as effective as a mushroom would be, because I have to put it down and then I have to explode it. And sometimes the explosion doesn't even hit the guy. I realize obviously that's all due to where I place it, but mushrooms bug out for me, and I really don't like using them unless I'm kiting or unless somebody is kiting me like around a pillar. Then I'll use mushrooms real quick, because as soon as they get to the area, I'll blow them up and it'll slow them, and I can put 3 all around a pillar, and that pretty much prevents anybody from kiting me aside from another druid. Anyhow, Hunter CCs me again. I was getting really frustrated this game. I do remember because the Hunter constantly had me CC, and if it wasn't the Hunter, it was the Priest, and it just felt like we weren't doing any damage. And you guys, you'll have a lot of arenas like this where it feels like you're not doing any damage, but the fact of the matter is you are doing damage. It's just going to take a little while to just set up that kill. See, this Priest, he's rushing at me. I knew why he was rushing at me, and I was trying to get away from him. Which ended up working out that time, but then I get down here and I get disoriented and trapped again for another 8 seconds. And then, so I'm just sitting here, and this whole time Valfor's like, well, I need him off me, I need him off me, and he's freaking out because he's trying to cast, and he's got, monkey fuck on him, and he's got the Hunter on him, and, there's nothing he can do. Between him and the Priest, the Priest is just sitting there, basically atonement healing, and he's having a hard time just keeping up his health and trying to cast. He's burning all his embers to heal himself, and doing everything he can, and I just feel absolutely useless because, this whole time I'm just spending all my time just CC'd. Like I said, this Hunter was really, really good at CC. So props to him. Anyhow, at this point, they started focusing on me. The Hunter's like, fuck it, I'll kill the Druid since I can't kill the Warlock, because he was not going to get a kill on the Warlock at this point. Valfor kind of had his number. I popped all my CDs real quick because Valfor was up. We were trying to get that kill on that priest, but it didn't work out. And then I tried to knock down the Huntard, and that didn't work out either. Huntard pops deterrence, and then I start popping on the priest really quick as much as possible. I get feared. I get put into a trap, and then I immediately take myself out and start focusing on this priest again, so we can try to get this kill really quick. And this is what I'm talking about, guys, setting up a kill. My cooldowns were all up. Obviously, they're down now, but that was the most opportune time to try to do that. Anyhow, at this point, I've got a mind flare on me, I've got the stupid pet on me, and I'm just not doing so hot. So I pop my Nature Swiftness, heal myself, Ursul's Vortex, heal myself, take myself up to about 75%, and then I just start spamming Rejuvenate so I can just get that instant heal, the instant 12k heal or whatever the hell over and over again, because at this point I don't give a shit. I just need to get some distance between myself and the Marksmanship Hunter and try to keep that pet off me as much as possible. Now, I could have used Hibernate, but I didn't want to be locked out of my nature spells, which would have really, really hurt me. I also should have probably used mushrooms right here so that I could try to slow them. But at this point, I was using most of my GCDs just to pop Rejuvenate over and over again. The Huntard tried to pop Camouflage so he wouldn't get stuck in the Vortex, but the Vortex ended up ending after I pushed him. And so I just continue to run. I can't do anything, so it's really frustrating. And at this point, this is where you'll really see me start to just try to get away from it as much as possible. I'm keeping my distance from the Huntard, but the Huntard's really, really, like I said, he was really, really good about keeping his distance, not line of sighting himself, and overall, like, he was good. I don't know how else to explain it. Anyhow, he pops Stampede. I'm trying to keep as much distance between me and the Hunter pets, which isn't working. They're just on my ass. I cannot get away. And between that and the slows from the Hunter, like, I just, I had to keep healing myself. And then right here, I get stuck in this corner, and I decide, fuck it. I got Nature's Vigil up, so I pop Nature's Vigil, and I just start popping all my shit and say, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to kill him. Valfor did end up dropping the Priest, so that was very beneficial because Valfor was able to focus on the Priest while we focused on the Hunter. And what I should have been doing was trying to hot up the Hunter while running, but I didn't want to use those GCDs because they were so valuable for me to just pop Rejuvenate and pop in and out of Shapeshift to try to kill the Huntard. But he switched off of me to get on the Warlock again, and I'm guessing it's because he figured that if he killed me, then he could kill Valfor. Which I end up getting away from his pet, but then bam, I get killed by a kill shot right there. And then if you saw right in the corner, Valfor got that kill. Anyhow, good game, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you on Monday. Thank you. You have a good night.